What's up, guys? Matt, Rideshare PA here. Um, Today is the 22nd. Today, my dad, first off, I want to just say congratulations. My dad turned 70 today, so it is his 70th birthday today. I wished him a birthday earlier, but I just want to say thank you, Dad, for everything you've done for me. Um, I love you a lot, and I appreciate everything you do. So, for being around for me and everything, happy 70th birthday. Also, guys, I hope everybody has had a really good weekend so far leading up to Christmas. I know I have. I spent a lot of time with my kids this weekend, and I'm looking forward to the holiday like everybody else probably is. Um, with that being said, what's up, John? With that being said, so things moving forward, guys. Again, this channel originally started out as an Uber and Lyft channel, and that's great, and I will cover that as much as I can. I also want to do some different things with the channel. Um, One of those things this summer. Um, so something happened this summer. I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not with her anyway, but my kid's mom is taking them on a 2-week vacation, or is planning on taking them on a 2-week vacation in an RV. So when that happens, I will be planning my 2-week vacation. I wanted to do it ever since I grew up. When I graduated, I wanted to do a cross-country road trip um, with my dad. I'm not sure if it's going to be with him this summer or not, or myself. Um, so far, I want to go to Chicago. Like on the way out, I'm kind of planning to stop in Chicago, um, try some Chicago pizza, stop in St. Louis because that's right close, and then possibly do like Route 66 down through all some of the lower states. My goal, so far, all I know is goal is from where I live to San Francisco. I want to go out there. I want to see the Golden Gate Bridge. I want to see Alcatraz. I want to go see some of the forests in California. Um, some of the redwood forests in California. Um, on the way back, I would like to stop, or even on the way there, I'm not sure yet. I would like to stop and visit the Grand Canyon because I've never been there. I want to stop in Las Vegas at some point and just put like $20 in a machine there and see what happens. Um, I want to stop at the Four Corners and do all that. So with that being said, I also want to live stream as much of the trip as I can, going out and coming back. What's up, bud? So my goal is to live stream as much of the trip as I can. So my goal is to take video of as much of the trip as I can down and back, and also take video of where I'm at, what I'm doing, and every day do a live stream of where I'm at and how my day has been, things like that. Just to show everybody that if you want to do something, you can. This is something, like I said, I plan on doing for a while, and I just had to do it. So with that being said, I want to do it as cheaply as possible. I have a 2013 hybrid Camry. So what my plan is to do, especially if I go by myself, is I want to invest in a air mattress, like one of them small air mattresses for like the back seat of my car, something that I can personally sleep in. I wanted to get my windows tinted anyway, but this gives me another reason to be able to do that, so that nobody can see in my car. Get a cooler, something for the back for my food. Get a tent or a camping stove and stuff like that. Everything to put in the back of my car, and then just literally travel the country. I don't plan on stopping at hotels that often. As far as showers and stuff like that go, I'll probably just see if I can get a Planet Fitness membership. And anytime I go into a big city, see if I can find a local Planet Fitness and take a shower there and do it like that. Um, Again, if I do end up going to a campsite, most campsites have showers, so I can just go into a camp showers. Yeah, John, I could get a tent trailer, but again, I'm spending money that I don't want to. And I don't have anywhere to store a tent trailer. So that's another reason why I can't do that. Plus, my car doesn't have a hitch on the back either. So I'm trying to do it on low budget. I want to try and save as much money as I can. Um, so if I go by myself, I have a lot of room for storage. Um, I was thinking about getting a roof rack and somehow mounting solar panels on the roof rack, and then getting one of those electric generator type things that I can plug into that to get power, so that way I would be able to store power for like my phones and stuff overnight, lights or anything if I needed like that. But I should be fine because I'm really not going to be off of the beaten path that much. Um, Personally, I've been watching, I don't know if you ever heard, there's a movement called van life. Um, if you literally type in van life on YouTube, you'll see all these people that turn like camper vans and things like that, or like delivery vans. Yeah, and I do plan on taking advantage of Walmart also, but when you're out in the middle of nowhere, Walmart's not a good idea. What's up, Rideshare Lisa? Um, so yeah, like what I said is I planned on seeing if I can find a bunch of places. I still don't have the trip planned out. I know I want to go to San Francisco. I know I want to hit up the Grand Canyon. I want to try and get to as many places out west as I can in the 2 weeks that I have, because I'm not going to be out there. I've never been out west. Um, and I don't know when the next time I'm going to ever be out there is. So I know it takes 3 to 4 days to travel out there, and I know it also takes 3 to 4 days to travel back. So out of a 14-day trip, half of it is going to be going out there and coming back. So I want to make sure I can find some nice that are on the way out, on the way back, um, that I can stop at. Because eventually, like, there's lots of places I would love to go to if I could fit it all into one trip. I want to go to New Orleans. I want to go to Austin, Texas, or like the Alamo. I want to go to the Grand Canyon. I want to go, if I could, I want to go up to Oregon to see the redwoods in Oregon. I want to go to Seattle. I want to go to Sioux Falls to see Mount Rushmore. Like, all of these places are great, but I got to figure out what I can fit into 2 weeks and how much of it I can actually manage to do. So that's the whole thing. I'm most likely going to go, as far as the schedule tells now, it'll be in July. Not sure. It all depends. So the whole reason, Lisa, why I decided to do this trip is when I graduated, I wanted to do this trip when I was younger. And because of life choices and things like that, it never happened. For the longest time I wanted to, but I honestly forgot that I even wanted to do this for a long time. As you know from watching my channel, I'm divorced. My ex basically a couple weeks ago told me she wanted to take the kids on an RV trip for 2 weeks. Um, as you know, Rideshare Lisa, from watching the channel, I'm divorced. So my ex came to me about a week ago, maybe two, said she was taking the kids for an RV trip for 2 weeks. And I decided that night when I was at work, well, if she's going somewhere for 2 weeks, why can't I? So I started looking at places and thinking, and at work one night, it just popped into my head, you know what? Why don't I do cross country? I've never done it. I keep watching all these videos right now. For some reason, my mind is stuck at watching like all uh, people living out of their vans, living out of their campers and stuff, and it's kind of really cool. But at least for me, it seems really cool. Like if I could, I'd want to do it. But with that being said, watching this, I see them traveling everywhere, and I really want to do that. So I need to figure out what essentials I need as far as to take with me on a cross country trip, besides just like a week's worth of clothing. As far as if I want to take a cooler, do I take a regular cooler filled with ice, or do I invest in a cooler that I can charge with my, that way it stays cold and I don't have to put ice in it, you know what I mean? Um, as far as food, do I pack just basic food or do I pack meals? Um, I'm leaning more towards investing in a digital freezer that I can plug into my car, so that way it stays nice and cold. That way I can maybe get some freezer meals, because I would like to take like a skillet or something like that I can keep in my car, and then if I go to a campsite, I can literally just pull it out, cook on a campfire, make a meal, you know what I mean, on there. I don't need any dishes, because I can just eat it in the pot. Stuff like that. Yeah, definitely. MREs are good ones. I do plan on driving, since Cryberry's in the room, I do plan on driving through Vegas, because I want to go to the Grand Canyon and I want to go to Four Corners. So at some point, I do plan on driving through Vegas at some point. I'm not sure if it's going to be on the trip down or the trip back. So I'll definitely have to get together with you and do a meetup. Definitely, buddy. I definitely will. Um, Things like that, like, I just need to figure out what I want to invest in. Um, as far as stuff to put in my car, um, that's all the stuff that I want to. I'm not sure how I want to invest. Like, I'm not sure if I want to spend money in all that stuff or just get the cheaper versions. Um, Goal Zero is one that makes a nice generator. It's like $400, and I can literally put it in my car, and it runs off solar power. So you can plug like a solar panel into it and plug it in, and it'll collect solar. It'll collect solar electric. So since I'm going to be doing a lot of driving during the day, and invest in that, I don't know. Like, I just don't know. Um, Part of me wants to, just so that way wherever I'm at, I will have power between it. Let it be from my phone, for my camera, things like that, because I don't want to be without the power. But at the same time, it's a hit or miss. So I just need to start planning it, and I do plan on it. Um, I'm not sure yet if I want to do a GoFundMe page for people to help me on this journey. I'm not sure if anybody would. Um, I know any money that I'm making, as of right now, any money that I make off of my YouTube channel will be going towards this. Because again, I'm going to be recording this whole thing there and back. I'll be doing live streams every day, most likely, as long as I have cell service, talking about my day-to-day basis. And then when I come back, I will put a video together and I will edit it out. So that's not going to be an issue. So me putting the money I make from YouTube into this, going back into the channel, um, that's where that's going to be going. So any money that anybody ever gives me, that's what this will be going towards. I plan on making as much of these videos as I can. Like I said, I want to travel to New Orleans at one point. I would like to fly down there actually and spend like 3 or 4 days down there. You're gonna quit the rideshare job? Yeah, like I said, I have a full-time job, guys, too. I really haven't drove for Uber or Lyft. I think it's been about a month at least. I haven't taken a ride because my full-time job, I've been working crazy amounts of hours at my full-time job. So I wish I could honestly drive Uber cross country because that's literally what I would do. I would just put in destinations going west and drive and see if I could pick people up the whole way along. Like that would be awesome. Rideshare, yeah, that's the same thing. That's what I'm trying to do is keep it as minimal as possible. I want to take like a week's worth of clothing. Um, I do want to get a. Most likely, I will get a decent sized cooler just for food and stuff to keep it cold. Yeah, the summertime is going to be easy because all I have to do is find out where I can park, like again, Walmarts and things like that. But at the same time, I'm going to need to have covers for my windows because I don't want people knowing I'm sleeping in my car. So I'm going to either have to get tent or go get some of those like space blankets or something like that and just cut them out to the shape of my windows because I don't want people knowing I'm sleeping in my car where I'm at or wherever I'm at. Um, but like when I go to state parks and stuff like that, I'm going to see about camping at places and I want to see if I can take. I'm going to bring my sleeping bag so that way if I am, I can just put like a tarp down on the floor, on the ground or whatever, and sleep under the stars, things like that. I mean, this isn't me going cross country like to do it. Like I want to do it as minimal as possible. I don't plan on getting hotel rooms at all um, for 2 weeks. I plan on doing it in my car, staying in my car, um, driving everywhere, sleeping in my car. Like I said, I went on Amazon. I think for like 40 or 50 bucks, I can get an air mattress that fits in the back seat of my car. That for me is more than enough. And then everything else I can fit in my trunk. I can put my book bag or I can put my week's worth of clothing in there. When I make it out to California, I can find a, a laundromat, wash all my clothes, and then I'll be good for the next week. As far as food goes, I mean, sometimes I can stop at McDonald's or whatever and get food, but I don't really want to do that. I want to see if I can get a propane or gas grill and I can cook food that way. I don't want to just eat at restaurants all the time because that can again be expensive. I want to try to do this as cheaply as possible. So if I can stop at a grocery store somewhere, get what I need, put it in a cooler, and just do it that way, that'll work great. I do plan on getting a lot of like meats and cheeses, things like that, that I can keep in a cooler. I can keep uh, in my car that I won't have to cook really. I can just like meats, cheeses, crackers, things like that. But hold on, hold on 1 second, guys. Somebody's texting me. I gotta answer him back quick. So yeah. So if anybody has any pointers, or if anybody has any like words of advice, things I should bring along, things I shouldn't, please feel free to let me know. Um, like I said, I probably will stay at a hotel maybe once I'm in California, just one night. But I don't plan on. I plan on doing this as cheap as possible. Okay? My biggest expense for me is going to be fuel and food. Everything else, I'm just going to try and do as cheap as I can. So, but all right, guys. With that being said, I'm gonna get going. I gotta go to bed. Unfortunately, I gotta work tonight, and I gotta work 12 hours, so it's not gonna be fun. But I look forward to it. So, Matt out. Stay safe. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.